Hey, it's Jeremy from WebsiteBuilderExpert.com. Thanks for joining this review session on Squarespace.com. Squarespace is probably one of the best drag and drop website builder available in the market today. And the first impression of Squarespace is that it's simply stunning. Like the templates that they have are all beautifully designed as if you spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting a designer to design the template for you, but you actually get it for a low monthly fee, and you get to choose from a variety of different templates, which I go over more in detail in the review post. So this basically gives you a natural advantage when you're trying to build a website without knowing any codes or not being very proficient with coding up your entire website, that you have the ability to create a stunning website with Squarespace. And one thing I just mentioned is that you actually don't need to know any codes whatsoever in order to build a website within Squarespace. So that's fantastic for the majority of you. You just simply drag and drop content directly into the user interface, which I'll go over quickly soon. And it's actually possible to build your entire website within one single day. Now, Squarespace is free to try. You have a 14-day free trial before you have to decide whether you want to upgrade to the paid plans or not. So that's a 2 full weeks, giving you a chance to really invest a bit of your time to see if it's a good fit for you. When you first sign up for trial, you're going to start noticing that the user interface of Squarespace is actually really beautifully crafted and it's such a pleasure to use. Now, it might sound a little bit biased right now, but it's true. If you've tried enough website builders, you'll also notice that the user interface of Squarespace is actually quite well thought out. So when you first log in, you're going to get the main control panel on the left where you can access your pages, design. If you're running an e-commerce store, you can access metrics, which will tell you the traffic going to your site in real time, the percentage of mobile users, your referral traffic, basically just useful statistics that can complement your Google Analytics data if you choose to use them as well to track some of the traffic that comes onto your site. Comments if you use a blog page, and general settings, which I'll touch upon in just a few minutes. So when you start building your website, first of all, you're going to choose a template. And in this specific test that I'm doing right now, I chose this specific template that's a little bit catered towards restaurants, but I just chose it because I like the food that's displayed on screen. So here we go. So once you click on the pages, you're going to start to see a menu bar on the left-hand side. The great thing about Squarespace is that once you pick a template, they actually give you all the pages as outlined in the demo sites. Now, if you choose to use the pages here, that's up to you. You don't have to, or you can use some of this built out pages already and start layering on your own images and your own content. So you can use their setup and just swap in your content instead of building everything out yourself. And if you want to build everything out yourself from scratch, that's entirely possible as well. So that's another thing that's very well thought out by Squarespace. When you hover your mouse over the content section, you're going to see the little menu tab appearing, and this allows you to edit the content within this content area. So if you click edit, you can see that the screen expands, and you can start clicking on these images here and you can edit them. For instance, you can upload your own image, or you can click into the text and you can control the styling of the text, the font, alignment, or you can just, delete them all and write your own text. If you want to add more content into it, you're going to see these little sideways teardrop sort of button here. Just click into that and you can start adding your own blocks. Blocks are basically just content that you can add into a Squarespace page, such as text, quotes, images, gallery, video, audio, anything you want that is required to build a basic website, you're going to get here. So once you've done your changes, you can just click save, and the screen will shrink a little bit to reveal the menu bar again. If you want to create your own page, just click plus and create your own page here. Or you can create a cover page, you can add products, you can create an album, you're a musician, create a gallery or a blog, etc. So I'm going to click page just for demonstration purpose here. Now, when you click page, you can start naming your page here. So I'm going to go page 1. And you can see page 1 appearing on the menu bar. Now, if you want to reorder the page ordering, you can just drag and drop the new page or any other pages around on the menu bar. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it up at the top for now. If you click on the settings wheel here, you can rename your navigation title, and that's what goes on in your menu bar. You can give your page a title, a description, and these are all for search engine purposes, so they can read your page and understand what your page is all about. One thing good about Squarespace is you can actually customize your entire URL structure, so your web page address is completely customizable, and a lot of other, in fact, all the other drag and drop website builders don't have this ability. You can upload thumbnails, etc. Okay, so once you're done, click Save. Now we have a blank page here. What I want to do is start adding content. So I'm going to hover my mouse over the content area and click Edit. You notice that everything sort of goes a little bit dark and the content area pops up so it can focus in this. It's a nice little design touch. So I'm going to click this sideways teardrop button here so it can add different items in there. So you can add text, and once you add text, you can just start typing, right? And you can go on and on and on and start layering your content in there to build your own page. So if you want to build something from scratch, this is definitely an option. And when you're done, click Save. Now I want to quickly touch on the mobile responsiveness of the templates provided to you by Squarespace. All the templates that Squarespace give you are mobile responsive, meaning that no matter what mobile device that your visitors use, the template or your website will look fantastic on their mobile device. All the templates are mobile ready. One way to test is when you're in the editing screen here, just start shrinking the screen, and you'll start to see that things are changing into a mobile device. Maybe it's a bad example here. Let me go back to one of the pages that has a lot of content. So this is one of the example pages that is part of this template here. So I'm going to start shrinking the screen, and as you can see how mobile ready this template is already. And you can scroll up and down to see how your website is going to look like on a mobile device. So that's a very nice feature that's provided to you by Squarespace. All you need to do is populate the content, and they'll take care of making sure that your website is ready for any mobile devices. Coming back to the main control panel, let's go into the design. There's one of the really attractive features that I think Squarespace offers you. Now, coming into the style editor here, it allows you to control all the little details of your website, such as controlling the font, the color, the styling, all the way down to from the site header to the page title and description to the main content. You can have different fonts for different headings. You can have different link colors. You can control the background content color to controlling the footer, etc. So these are the little things that you can really customize and make the site your own, to incorporate your own colors, your own branding, and just to make your website unique from any other person out there. So just coming back to the main design panel, you can control a lot of the styling with the checkout page if you're running an e-commerce store, mobile information bar, announcement bar, which is a cool little feature that goes across the top of your site so your visitors can see all of your announcements. You should definitely play around with this if you're using Squarespace. You can actually insert custom CSS if you're proficient with codes. If you're not proficient with codes or you don't want to mess around with that, you don't have to. Just leave that alone, which is fine. And one last thing I want to quickly go over is how you can see the menu bar is here on the left and the contents is on the right. Now, if you want to get a live preview of how the page will actually show up on a screen, all you need to do is click on the little arrow at the top left corner here. Once you click there, the page will expand and the toolbar on the left will disappear, and you can get a very good sense of how your visitors are going to see your site. And I can click around to different pages, and I am still in the editor. This is not a published website yet, but you can see exactly how the site's going to look like. And to go back to editing it, just hover your mouse over the top left corner and click the arrow again, and the toolbar will reappear. Again, you can do the same thing with the mobile site, as just shrink your window and you're going to see how the site's going to look like across different sizes of mobile devices. So having said that, Squarespace is such a pleasure to work with. There's a ton of different flexibility in terms of how you want to style your website. The templates that they offer you are all mobile ready. They're beautiful, they're polished, and if you use it, it makes your site looks like you spent thousands of dollars in hiring a professional designer to code up the template for you, when actual fact, using Squarespace is actually very affordable on the month-to-month basis. Now, Squarespace offers you a 14-day trial, so I highly encourage you, if you want a beautiful website, no matter what you're doing, you're a business, you have an online store, you have a portfolio, you're a musician, you run a restaurant, just give it a try to see if it's worth your investment. If you decide not to use them, you don't have to sign up. But I also encourage you to benchmark Squarespace with other competitors such as Wix and Weebly as well. You'll really notice that the Squarespace editor interface is really polished and is a pleasure to use compared to its main competitors. So hopefully I've been able to highlight some of my thoughts in using Squarespace, and you can see throughout the video that is actually quite a powerful editor, and you do not need to know any codes to build a beautiful website, just piggybacking off some of the gorgeous designs that they've already done for you. So thanks for joining me. Once again, it's Jeremy from websitebuilderexpert.com. Hopefully I've given you a good overview of how Squarespace works and how it can help you build a really good looking website.